Okay, guys. Monday, February 1st. Happy February. And I had just Googled Lisa's name and realtor because I am a potential listing lead. And I just received some of her marketing material, or a friend said, I've got to call Lisa if I'm thinking about selling. And so let me see if I can find some reviews on her. So
Oh
see a
God.
Facebook page. I see a LinkedIn page. Um,
I'm
this
fixing to
is
be in trouble.
the real estate commission. I won't go any further. Uh, let's do David Carroll.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh boy.
I don't have any reviews. That's why I said that.
No, that
Yeah, I
that's
don't need.
that's totally fine. That's why we're here. Um, all right, so there's a realtor in Las Vegas named David Carroll,
Yep,
and okay, here's your old
that's me.
firm. Got you up there.
Yep,
Here's a
yep.
Zillow, but that's for the other guy, so that's not. And then Nashville, Tennessee. So that's good. So you're seeing some results. There is. I'll just make fun of myself here now. Um, so when I Google myself, or actually this is DuckDuckGo, which is just another search engine. Um, so the top result, the first result is not me. This is a guy out in Texas, I think. Um,
Yep.
and then, realtor.com pulls me up, Concord, North Carolina. And then Zillow is the third result, which is really good. And the reason that it's up there is because I have shared my profile on social media a lot and driven traffic to it. And so the search engines want to give you popular results. And so if you share it on Facebook, if you share your profile on LinkedIn, if you share it on Twitter or Instagram or whatever other social media, if you can text it out to your clients, past clients, current clients, and the more people travel to that site, the more likely it is to show up higher in the search results. Now, I am not very good. That's a bad picture. Wow. Um, about asking for reviews. So after we get to the closing table, typically within a week or so, I will ask once, and it's usually via email because you can ask for reviews. And by clicking on the reviews, um, you can ask people to review you. Okay, so if you go to manage your profile, request a review, and there's a couple different ways to do it. You can send a request, or you can get a direct link if you copy down here. And so what I recommend for newer agents, if you don't have past clients to ask, then one thing that you can do is do a CMA, do a consultation, um, offer a free service, and after you have offered that free service, then ask somebody for a review. So when they're asking you, or when they're performing a review or writing a review for you, they have the option of saying you represented them in the purchase of a home, in the sale of a home, or they gave you advice, or you gave them advice. And so people can leave you a review for more than just having successfully listed and sold their home. And so um, go to your mom or your sister or your adult child and say, "Hey, let me give you an opinion of value for your home. I need to practice doing this. Let me give you a broker price opinion or a comparative market analysis." And then once you've done that for them, ask them to give you a review. And if you do this, you will be able to drive a lot of traffic to your Zillow profile. And then you'll also be able to, through that, um, you're going to see it start popping up more in your Google results. So when somebody Googles your name, they're going to see good results. And so that's very important. And so I got to do something about this guy out in the woodlands, because he's trying to encroach upon my territory, and he has my name. So got to do something about that. Um, and so I have a lot of past clients that I need to do a better job of asking them to leave me reviews. But as of right now, I think I have 22 reviews, which is that's not a ton, but it at least gives me a presence. The other thing that I would recommend is if you guys are interested in farming, check out this website. We talk about real marketing for you, and it's a great system that they have. Now, this $1 automated report, I have this going out monthly to a neighborhood that is near where I live. And I have it based on, this was advice from Aprilli, have it going to people who have owned their home for more than 3 years, only within one specific neighborhood. So it's going to about 500 homes. I think they have a 500 home minimum. And so I'm sending it to 500 homes plus postage. It comes out to around $680 or something a month that I'm spending, because they are $1 a piece. Now, that's a lot of money. And especially for a newer agent, that's a lot of money. But after 2 months of this going out, I received a text message from a seller saying this was the best marketing material he had seen in 25 years. And he had 2 homes in Moss Creek that he wanted me to list for him. And I'm going to be listing those in the coming weeks, at even, let's say I get 2.5% as the listing agent, on 2 homes. One we're going to list at 275 and the other one at 285. So it's a great return on the investment. So I would highly recommend that you guys check that out if you have the marketing budget to do something like that. When we're talking about lead generation, it's very important that we have a multi-pronged approach. We don't want to have just one source for leads. It's important that we have lots of different sources. So you're going to focus on your relationships with your family, with your friends, with your colleagues, if you are bivocational. For me, I have been very active in my community. We have a community Facebook page. I don't advertise on my community Facebook page. I'm not out there saying, "Hey guys, list with me," but I'm continually watching the environment. And typically somebody will post, there's 111 homes in my community where I live. So it's not huge by any stretch of the imagination. And so our little Facebook page, usually somebody will put something on there and you'll get 3 or 4 comments and 2 or 3 likes. But I try to pay attention to what's going on in the community. And I've noticed that 4 out of the last 5 homes that have sold in here have been sold to investment companies who are turning these homes into rentals. And in our neighborhood, there's no cap. We don't have any limit in our CCNRs as far as how many or what percentage of the homes can be rentals or anything like that. So I made a Facebook post in our community page and said, "Hey guys, do you think that maybe we should get together and talk as a community about instituting a change to our CCNRs in order to put a cap?" Because all of the other neighborhoods around have like a 20% or 25% cap. It protects the housing values moving forward. And 4 out of the last 5 sales in the community have gone to investment companies. And I mean, it just created a really great conversation, and it made me look good. And since then, I've had 2 neighbors reach out to me about selling their homes. And so I'm saying that because I'm just always putting myself out there, not necessarily as a realtor, not as a listing agent or anything like that, but I'm trying to add value, and people appreciate that. So I hope that was helpful. You guys have any questions or anything pressing that you'd like to discuss? Crickets. What are your biggest challenges that you're facing right now? David.
Mine is still just lack of good quality, ready to move leads, you know.
Mine is, of course, the time management and spending some quality prospecting time. I need to prospect. I think I would be very successful. We would all be very successful if we would prospect. I really need to just call people and do it.
That's my issue too, Lisa.
And every day I get up thinking, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to reach 20 people today. And I just got an email, that my offer, dang it, they have another offer. So we'll have to talk about that. And now I've got that to do. And I've got to, luckily I've got to get some stuff in app files to, get ready for a closing. And I just keep doing everything else except prospect. I'll
Lisa,
even go throw a load of clothes in the laundry and start some dinner before I prospect.
Lisa, how many homes do you expect to sell this year?
I've got 3 closings in February, and I'm super excited about that because I had hoped and dreamed of 2 a month. 1 a month would change my life, where I could pay the bills and still be okay with extra money. Right. If it was a decent closing. But 3 a month, that's like, you know what, I can do this. So yeah. I'm getting up early and I'm doing a lot of praying and meditating and affirmations and morning miracle morning stuff, and things feel good. And I would like to, I guess, do 3 a month because it's doable.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I look at some of the most successful realtors that I've personally dealt with that are doing tons of business. And I think if they can do it, I can certainly do it. I'm not the brightest guy, but if they can do it, I can do it, So those 3 that you have, those closings that you have coming up, Lisa, where did they come from? Where did those leads come from?
One of them was a call from a sign. One of them was from a past client, a new build from a past client. One of them called me from my listing sign, and one of them is an Op City lead.
Okay, great.
Cool.
So you have 3 different sources. That's excellent.
Yeah.
Listings.
And this will be my second closing with Op City, and the first one was almost 600,000. This one is like 250. So they're not shabby for Op City.
Great. That's great.
And that's another thing. I've got a lot of history Op City leads that are just sitting there. And that's another one. Every time I go through every week and update my Op City leads like they make me do, I'm like, oh yeah, there's her. I need to call her. I need to send her something. And then I don't do it. Yeah. I finish updating and then I get busy doing something else. I just need to be better about just doing it.
Have you guys set up your chime?
Yeah, that's another thing.
I've
got all my people in there, and I really, really want to utilize that. Ronnie Holloman from here, he's just a freight train of business. He's so busy and so fabulous. And he said that when he finally started utilizing his CRM like you're supposed to every morning, like Bible, he closes like 7 deals a month, and he attributes it mostly to his CRM and actually doing it and keeping up with it. So Absolutely. That's been on the back of my brain too, that I really need. I've got all my people in there, but I don't have it set up and running.
I got an email the other day from a guy saying, I'm looking for, land 7 acres or more, looking to spend between $200,000 and $300,000 or whatever it was. And I'm like, where did that come from? Like, how did he get my info? And I looked, and it turned out it was a Chime lead. It was somebody who had gone to my website, my Chime site, and was set up on an auto email campaign it was sending him emails like of new listings all the time. And then he just responded to one of them. And I didn't even know, I didn't even know that this guy was in my database. I mean, that's how, because I don't really work with buyers at this stage. And it's a powerful tool. It's a very powerful tool. And if you guys haven't set up your Chime accounts yet, please do that, because um, it's such a powerful tool. And I'll share this with you. So I have this one set up as CICNC.com, which is NorthCarolina.calliclose.com. And so I can go to any of these. Let me just pick a home in Concord. And this is my Chime site. And these are my current listings that pop up automatically, which is the way I have it set up to show my listings first. And okay, so this is one of our agents. This isn't mine, but these top three are mine. And but you just go in here and click find a house. Let's find an expensive one. It just turns out that this is a lot, but copy and paste the link and post it on Facebook and say who wants to open a business here, or if you're looking for leads that are $1 million buyer leads, or if you just want to fake it till you make it, go in there and take any lead and just copy it and post it on your LinkedIn, post it on your Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever it is, and start driving traffic to your site. The other thing that you can do that's very important, and I'm partnering with another one of our agents up in this area to start doing this, is blogging. Because when you write and there's a space for a blog on your website, on your Chime site, and so as you are writing it current in regard to like current events and stuff like that, it helps with the SEO and drives people to your website as well. So it's very important that you guys do that if you're interested in growing your business, because it's essentially free. I mean, it's part of our $99 a month that we're paying. But if you weren't part of Call It Close, you guys, if you wanted Chime, it would be $400 a month. And there's a reason that people are willing to pay it. I know agents at EXP who are given KV Core as part of their, that it's free to them essentially, and they're still going out and paying $400 to $500 a month for Chime, because it's just that good and it's really easy to use. We also do weekly Chime training. I think it's Thursdays at 11, maybe. It's right there for you, for all of us to use. So I'd really encourage. Yeah, it's 9 a.m. Eastern, Chime CRM training every single week. And so I'd really encourage you guys to check that out if you haven't yet. Has anybody attended that training yet?
I have.
Was it
What day
helpful?
of week is that? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Lisa, what was the question?
What day of week is the Chime training every week?
It's
Did you
Thursday
say?
at 9.
Sorry. Thursday.
Thursday at 9 Eastern. Any other comments, questions? Last week, we didn't really have anybody attend, so I wasn't sure what to expect for today, but we've got a few people on here, and that's good. It's encouraging to me.
Appreciate you doing it, David.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Yeah, really. It's a good day to start off a week. I mean, a good way to start off a week first thing Monday morning. So, yeah. You know what would also be good? That because I'm trying to do what I'm supposed to do. If you had any like little, I think last week you had little homework things. And then right after that, my MacBook crapped out and I had to send it off. So I still had your little notes. But yeah, maybe little things to do. This is what I want you to do this week. Go do your Zillow. Go do your, yeah. I'm like a elementary child. I need somebody to tell me this is what you have to do today or before next Monday or something. So
Yep.
for future, you slap me around and make me do something.
All right. Well, that's what I'm going to ask you to do this week is create a Zillow profile if you don't have one. If you do have one, I'm gonna just unmute Lisa just because there's some background noise. Feel free to unmute if you have something else to say. But I'm going to ask you guys to go and create a Zillow profile if you don't already have one. And once that is created, I want you to go to your friends, your colleagues, your neighbors, everybody that you can think of, and ask them if you can give them some real estate advice. If they are a homeowner, you can do a CMA on their home and just say, hey, I need to practice. Will you help me practice? And people love to help. One of the flaws, the personality flaws of Americans is we are afraid or too proud to ask for help. And so most people are excited about the opportunity to help, but they just are looking for somebody to help. And so we can do them a favor by saying, will you please help me? Will you please help me? And you can help me by marketing my business, help me by giving me some material to practice on. Can I do a CMA or a broker price opinion for your home? And if they don't own a home, maybe they're renting, it doesn't matter. Can I do it on your home? I need the practice and I need your feedback. Your feedback is valuable. Once you have given them a BPO or a CMA, then you ask them to review you for that consultation. And each of us should be able to get a minimum of 5 reviews in the next week on our Zillow profile. Because when you start marketing yourself, even if it's a Facebook post and you make a public Facebook post and your friends, your mom, people are going to share that post. When you say, hey guys, home values are going through the roof. If you're interested in finding out how much you could sell your home for, call me today. And you post that, you make it a public post on Facebook. Your friends will share that post. Not all of them, but some of them will. And somebody who doesn't know you is going to see that, but they're going to trust because they have a good relationship with your sister or your best friend, and they see that post being shared by somebody they trust, and they're thinking about possibly selling their house, then they're going to Google David Carroll, realtor in Nashville, or Rob Neal, realtor in Florida. And when they do, if they find your Zillow profile and you have no reviews, that's not going to really bolster them and give them a lot of incentive to move forward with giving you a call. But if they look and you have, even if it's just 3 or 4 reviews, but they're all 5-star reviews, it's going to give them a little bit more confidence that maybe I should give this person a call because they have some good reviews. There have been people who have used their service in the past. And again, when I look at mine, let me share my screen again. So if when I'm mailing my real marketing out to the neighborhood Moss Creek across the highway from where I live, they're Googling my name. A lot of people are, and they're going to see, okay, he's got realtor.com, he's got a Zillow profile, he's got a LinkedIn. And when I click on this guy, this random person who my friend is saying I should call to sell my house, I want to see that there's my internet is slow. Okay, but it looks professional. Okay, there's some videos I can really get to know this guy. And okay, he's been a year and a half at this company. He does some volunteer work. Okay, he was at this other thing, and I can look, and I'm seeing information when I go out there. So it's very important, in addition to your Zillow profile, to have your LinkedIn updated, to have your Facebook updated, your Instagram, whatever it is, and market yourself. The other thing, if you haven't done it, Lisa, you mentioned that one of your current deals that you have under contract was a sign call from a listing that you have. Listings are the way to survive in this business. I don't know about you guys, if you prefer buyers over sellers. I don't work with buyers because my kids are doing school from home and I don't want to leave them for hours on end. And buyers require a lot more work most of the time than sellers do. So I've from day one, I've been a realtor for about 6 years. And from day one, I've always tried to market myself as a listing agent. And probably about 80% of my business for the entire 6 years has been listings. Well, the first year I started, I didn't sell hardly anything at all. But the majority of my business has always been listings. And like Lisa, I have gotten leads off of listings. So sign call. Sorry, that home's already under contract. I would love to help you find something else, and represent that buyer who also was a seller. And that happens quite a bit. And so what I do now, because I don't have the time or the patience or the energy to work with buyers very often, I usually refer them out even to other agents in this area. And so I'll do the listing and then I collect the referral fee on the buy side. And that's been working pretty well for me. But it's very important that you guys understand, to kind of bring it back to the topic, is to make sure that your social media accounts are showing you to be a successful agent, successful realtor. That's going to be very important. So start with your Zillow leads, get your profile, make sure you have a professional headshot like Lisa and David and Benika. I see all of you guys have great photos out there. So use those on your social media profiles, use it on your Zillow profile, and make sure that people, and Rob, nice. So make sure that you guys are using those and pushing that information out there. Okay. Is that enough homework, Lisa?
Yes, I'll have to force myself to get that done. But yeah, cool. I need that.
All right.
I need some kicks in the butt.
You guys have any other comments or questions or thoughts or anything?
I do.
Go ahead.
So you said with us faking it till we make it, so we can post any CIC home that's by our particular firm.
You can, and
Okay.
you can also post from other firms as long as you give them credit.
Okay.
So I do that quite a bit, and so I will. There's a home. this could be embarrassing, but I'm gonna be vulnerable with you guys. Let me find this. Share my screen. So this is my Facebook page, my lovely wife. And I'm scrolling down. So I did this video literally Saturday morning, put this house under contract, put it with no showings, multiple offers, and went from coming soon to under contract, which is my favorite thing. And as a result of this, I got one of my neighbors texted me and said, "Hey, how much can I get for my house?" So I shared this one. This is a Keller Williams listing, but this is a link to my website, my Chime site. I shared this one. So who's ready for a housing upgrade? And I was really surprised to get 41 reactions. And this house has been on the market for a year and a half. I've shared this house multiple times. I personally want this house. I'm not in that pay grade yet. It's like $2 million. But by just pushing this out there, and when people click on the link, it takes them to my Chime site, but it also says that, it's listed by Keller Williams Valentine or whatever the office is. So through our local MLS, and check with your specific MLS rules, but through our MLS, we have the ability to share one another's listings. And you can see it's Keller Williams South Park. So that, because it has that right there, Keller Williams South Park, we are compliant with MLS rules. So yeah, absolutely, Benika. You can share any listings and make sure that they're linking to your website, because you want people to see your website.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. That was a really long answer. I'm sorry.
It was helpful though. I appreciate it.
Okay. Anybody else have any comments or questions? Thoughts?
So if everything is set up right, if I do that, what you just said, and link it to my website, will that send me will that go into my Chime that they were looking? When I get a notification that somebody went there, and tell me who they are, or no?
So it depends on your settings and how you have your settings set up. So typically the way Chime works, and Boomtown and KB4, they're all very similar. They'll allow you to look at 3 or 4 homes, and once you can change this in your settings. You can have it after the 3rd photograph, it asks them to sign up. And then when they sign up to create their free account so that they can save homes and come back and do more, like save property searches and things like that, then it will log them into your CRM and you will get a notification. Again, depending on how you have your notification set up.
Is that my notifications on my website or in my Chime?
Well, Chime is your website. So you'll get a note. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was agreeing with you. Yeah, they are commingled.
Yeah.
So it's probably through Chime as to how many touches on the website before it sticks them in there as my person.
Right. So
So I need to do that.
Yeah, definitely attend the Thursday training if you haven't done that, because it walks you through how to set it up and how to change notifications and all of that. Okay.
Thank you.
Sure. Rob, you've been quiet. You have any questions or comments?
No, it's still a learning process for me. I haven't really invested a whole lot into marketing yet, because I'm still trying to learn the whole aspect of farming and reaching out and getting leads and everything without spending a lot of money. So I do have one listing that's going live, my first one
Nice.
to go live this week. It was a referral from inside our neighborhood. The problem is it's been one thing after another. The listing is actually in probate because the owner actually passed away and the son lives in another state. So
Okay.
I'm learning a lot about that process.
I've done a couple of those. And
I've heard they're a long process. I'm hoping that it doesn't drag out for months for me to get this closed.
yeah, I couldn't speak to it in Florida. I know in North Carolina, it doesn't have to be a long and involved process. If there's only one heir, it could be, it could go pretty well, pretty quickly.
The good news about this one is that the owner, the wife had already passed away, and there's only two sons, and the oldest son was, I guess, the estate. So he's getting everything. He's got a probate lawyer, and I guess it's getting close to the end before I even got the listing. So hopefully I won't have to wait too much longer. Once I get it listed, it might be able to sell it, quickly, hopefully.
Well, good. Good. Congratulations on that.
Thank you very much.
All right. Beninka, I got your text. I'm going to start working on that right now. Okay.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. You guys have a great day. Thank you for joining me this morning. We'll see you later.